What is up, guys? Ian here from Co-Career Today, taking that mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance. Today I just want to talk about how we should really implement the idea of free enterprise in our culture and go back to education and really implement the idea of how free enterprise is how the United States is really based off its government. And that's how it was originally. When Benjamin Franklin and all the others wrote the Constitution, they made a huge point that it is of the people to have a say. And basically what free enterprise gives is basically the opportunity to have businesses that basically it is an economic system in which private businesses operate in competition and largely free of state regulation. And basically it's United States was made for small business owners and business owners in general, and how we can work together for very combined things. It literally works out for both ends. If we're having big businesses taking all this money, they can also use that money to spend it in very efficient ways for themselves. And it's really difficult for someone to give all their money away for someone else to deal with it. So I feel like free enterprise was built so people could really have ownership of their money. And that's the biggest thing with free enterprise. It's ownership. The United States wanted people to have the right to have their own ownership, the right to have freedom of speech and freedom of their own thoughts and ideas. And really we were based off very strong fundamentals of creating very success as a government and a business, but we kind of lost track of that. And the idea of free enterprise is something that's not new, but it's forgotten in our culture, and we don't teach that in school anymore. So basically, we should really implement free enterprise in a school setting or in a young adults and to college kids, that free enterprise is a choice, and free enterprise actually works in your favor more than anything else. You can go to school for 4 years, you can spend all that money, but it's never going to affect you the same way that it could be if you launched your own company, you put in 4 years of work, and you got the results out of that. You get tax benefits, you save a tremendous amount of money, and you learn very necessary skills that will help you in life. Excuse me. But I feel like the skills that you learn building a business are far more applicable to all spectrums of life than strictly going and getting a biology major or a literature major, focusing on those things. You know, I'm obsessed with being well-rounded, and having a business and creating your own business can create a well-rounded aspect of your personality, and you're able to talk to anybody and of any culture. And that's really important, is to being able to connect with people of all statures and all places. So if we can remind people of our free enterprise rights, I feel like that's going to give more people the opportunity to even get out of the depths that they are in and start changing that to rise above. And I want to rise above and help people get to the next steps that they need to take so they can really start to have an amazing life. And I realize that the government, the CIA, doesn't want free enterprise because that doesn't help them. They want full control. But if we can show them that free enterprise is ideal, I mean, instead of having large public schools, why don't we shorten it down to small private like schools? And there's so many ways we could do this. Instead of going to a huge university, why don't you go to a small particulate education course and use that to better yourselves, which is a lot cheaper. And there's a lot of ways you could look at this, and I just feel like we just need to implement more like freedom like conventions and really let people know like, hey, working and saving your life for someone else the rest of your life is not the ideal way to make money. In fact, it's the worst way to make money. And until you will take full ownership of your actions and just who you are, you can actually shift that and start building a business and taking full ownership in that. And you get so many more benefits than ever with getting a degree or working for someone else, because those are limited like potentials. And you are not limited, you are an abundant person full of potential. And that's what we're really trying to focus on. Like, we should have a free enterprise convention telling people of their potential. And if we can implement that into schools and just raise kids with the idea of, wow, like you can actually do something with your life rather than doing work for someone else for your life. So there you go, guys. Just keep that in mind. Like, hey, free enterprise is all right, and it wouldn't help to look into doing that and helping yourself out, starting own business and going on from there. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later. Thanks, guys.